to the channel. So I know it's been a while since I've done my last YouTube video. The last time I actually did it was my 22-week update, which was a long time ago, it feels like, and that was around Halloween that I did that. Sorry if you hear Elmo in the background. I have it going so Bowen can kind of stay occupied. So I'm going to kind of make this my third trimester video. So pretty much it'll be from 28 weeks till current, which today I am 34 weeks pregnant. And so there's only, technically until my actual due date, there's 6 weeks, but until my C-section, there's only 5 weeks left. So a little bit over a month. I feel like I am as ready as I can be. I'm ready to meet her. She's moving around so much, and she's just been, this whole pregnancy's just been so different, so I can't wait to meet her and see what she's really like. And so I figured I would go ahead and do my third trimester update since we're getting close, and I'm kind of marking things off of my list of things to do, and nesting, and trying to get her nursery ready, and so I'm hoping to do a nursery tour video and what is in my hospital bag and what is in her diaper bag, because I already have her diaper bag packed. It's actually sitting here next to me. I'm super excited about this new diaper bag, so but that is already packed. I have not packed my bag and Layton's bag, but I will do a video as soon as I pack our bag, and so that'll be a fun one too, so you can expect at least those 2 videos before she gets here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be looking down a lot because I did take some notes so I wouldn't forget anything. So pretty much second trimester, quick overview since I really didn't update y'all very often. An overview, I had a lot of energy. I felt really good, no nausea, not really any heartburn, a little bit here and there depending on what I ate, but not very bad. Second trimester was a breeze. Like, I was in heaven. I was sleeping good, like just nothing. I have no complaints about second trimester. Excuse me. As soon as I hit 28 weeks, literally the day of, I felt like exhaustion hit. I was so tired. I felt like first trimester all over again, except for the morning sickness, of course. I just was so tired, and I laid around a lot. I didn't do much housework for a while, just to kind of let my body relax and to help me just take it easy for a little bit. And with the exhaustion, anytime I would run around the house and do a couple of chores, or just get up, run around and cook a meal, or do anything like that, I would get Braxton Hicks very, very easily. And I think a lot of that was due to me being dehydrated. I was not drinking enough water either. So I still do have quite Braxton Hicks pretty frequently, but I feel like now that I'm staying hydrated, they're not as often. I actually had one night, I don't remember what week I had Braxton Hicks back to back for over half an hour, and I kind of timed them, and they were about 3 minutes apart. I did notify my, the nurse at my doctor's office, so she was aware of what was going on, and everything's been okay. I haven't had any, well, I guess Braxton Hicks is kind of like false labor, but I have not had any early labor signs other than that. As far as heartburn, it has been intense. Like, the acid reflux is so bad. I am taking Zantac every evening before dinner. I'm also chewing Tums throughout the day depending on what I eat. On New Year's Day, January 1st, sorry, I'm out of breath. I think that's just to be expected at this point. There's so little room. On January 1st, that night, or I should say the night of New Year's Eve, it was probably around 11 o'clock. I had already, for the last week or so before this, had this really dull aching pain I'm going to show y'all, like right here in this area, right above my stomach, kind of right in between my ribs and in between my chest. I had a very dull, aching pain consistently there throughout the day, and I would get relief, and then it would come back. I'd get relief, and it would come back. But it wasn't a burning. It's more of a very dull, like, ache. And it was just very uncomfortable, and sometimes made me emotional because I could not get comfortable. And I figured maybe she was positioned weird, like her feet were there too long in the same spot, or I didn't really know what it was. I just kind of went along with it, hoping that it would go away. And then the night of New Year's Eve, it was 11 o'clock in the evening. Me and Layton were sitting on the couch watching TV, and the pain got unbearable. I had never experienced a pain like that before. It was in the same spot, and it just became so intense that I had a panic attack. I freaked out and therefore scared Layton really bad. And I started crying, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. And he was like, well, maybe we should go to the emergency room. And I'm just one of those people that does not like to jump up and do something right away or take medicine right away or do anything like that. So I was like, let's just wait it out a little bit and see if it goes away. But in the back of my mind, I knew that the emergency room was probably the smartest idea at that point. But after about 5 minutes or so, the pain calmed down. I calmed down. I went and laid in bed, propped my legs up, got under the covers because I had just been shaking so much from the panic attack, and I was cold. And Layton got me some water so I could chug some water. And I calmed down, and the pain went away slowly. It was still there, like a very, very dull ache, but it was not near as bad as it was when it first hit. And so I told Layton, I said, how about we just wait till morning, see if I sleep at night. If it doesn't get better, we'll go in the middle of the night. But let's just see what happens, because I didn't want to go too quickly to the emergency room because I didn't want to do anything unnecessary. And so I slept pretty good that night. I think it's just because I was so tired from the panic attack and all of it. Then the next morning, the dull aching was still there. And it was like radiating to my back, and from the right side. And I thought that was so weird. Like, I had never had anything like that, and I didn't really think it was heartburn, because heartburn is more of I've had acid reflux and heartburn when I'm pregnant, when I'm not. But when I'm pregnant, it's more intense, but I had never felt anything like that, so that's why I didn't think it was heartburn. So I did a little research, and all of my symptoms matched up with something to do with my gallbladder. Gallstones or an inflamed gallbladder or something like that. And I didn't want to take a chance. And so I told Layton, because I was still so uncomfortable, I said, let's go ahead and go in, because we were supposed to leave for our baby moon to Vegas the next day, and I didn't want to go on our trip if it wasn't a good idea. So I wanted to get everything looked at, so we did end up going to the emergency room around noon, around lunchtime, when Layton's mom could watch Bowen. And we did a stress test on baby, we did a sonogram to look at my gallbladder and all of my main organs. We did blood work, we checked everything. We checked my urine. I had a bit of a fever, which was weird. We couldn't figure out why I had a fever. But the rest of the results came back normal. Everything showed normal. Everything was fine. And the doctor was like, it just has to be acid reflux. I don't know what else to tell you. And he said, you really need to go on a very strict diet and see if that will help. And so we have I've been cutting out anything tomato based, anything like lime and zesty. I've cut out dairy in the evenings. Sometimes a little bit of cheese I will put on my dinner, but not anything other than that. No milk, no cereal as a late night snack or something. And I try to stay away from red meat and anything deep fried. Just trying to eat a little bit cleaner, a little bit healthier. Trying to stay away from things that would cause the heartburn, and I stay away from caffeine. No sodas, no coffee. Hi. What are you doing? Okay. No caffeine. I feel like that's one of the main ones too. So I haven't been drinking caffeinated coffee or drinking sodas. So I feel like, and ever since I've been doing that, it has helped tremendously. I've noticed a big difference. The dull aching every once in a while still comes back depending on what I eat. And at nighttime, I just have to sit up when I sleep. So either in a recliner or propped up against pillows, and it gets better. But it has been bearable, thank the Lord. We had a wonderful baby moon in Vegas. We were there from the 2nd to that Friday. So Tuesday through Friday. So 3 nights and 4 days. And it was so much fun. We walked around, did some shopping, of course gambled a little bit. It was a lot of fun. As far as stretch marks, I have not noticed any stretch marks, any new ones. I have them originally on my behind and my thighs. And on the sides or on my hips, I guess, from Bowen. Because at that point, when I delivered Bowen, I was 158 pounds. And I had gained, I was 104, I went down to 104, and then I went up to 158. So that's technically almost 60 pounds that I gained with Bowen, which is intense. And this time around, I think I've only gained a total of, because I was 118, and I'm 140. So yeah, that's 22 pounds that I've gained so far in this pregnancy, and I'm almost done. So this pregnancy is totally different. So no stretch marks. My veins are really gross on my belly though. They're just huge. It looks like my stomach, if it stretches anymore, is just gonna pop. I have been bad at taking my prenatals this pregnancy, which is so bad. I even have them sitting on my dining room table, so I will remember to take them. I probably take them once a week. And I know that's really selfish of me not to do that. And I kick myself for not doing it. Putting a reminder on my phone does not help, because I see the reminder and I'm like, yes, I need to take them. And then I do something and it's gone. So, I've noticed here within the last probably couple weeks, I have a very sore tailbone. I think she's just getting heavier and sitting lower. And so my pelvis and my tailbone are very sore. So if I sit in the same position for too long, it is very uncomfortable to get up. So I have to get up kind of slowly. And yes, I am waddling because of all the pressure down there. I have had a lower leg throbbing on my left side. So like in between my knee and my ankle, there has been like a dull throbbing pain there, especially if I walk around a little bit too much. Just on my left side, and I'm not sure why. It almost feels like growing pains. Like it literally feels like I'm 13 years old and going through a growth spurt, which is super weird. But when that happens, I try to just put my legs up and relax. As far as swelling, I have not had much swelling. With my son, I was swollen in my neck, my face, my hands, my arms. Heck, I was swollen everywhere. I didn't have ankles at this point. I have not really had any swelling. If I walk around too much, my feet swell just a little bit. And my fingers have swollen just a little bit, enough to where I can't wear my wedding ring, but not enough to be noticeable. But as far as like actual swelling, I have not had too bad. We did do, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, I had my last appointment. Yes, on the 10th. I don't even know what day it is today. It's the 23rd, so yes, 2 weeks ago. I had an appointment to do a 3D ultrasound to see her face, and of course she did not show us anything aside from her lips and her cute little nose. But we did get measurements. On January 10th, she was 3 pounds and 9 ounces and showing up in the 26th percentile, so she will be a little petite thing. But I just think tiny babies, I know that sometimes it can be unhealthy to be that small, but tiny babies are just so cute. There's just something about them. And Bowen was small. He was 6 pounds, 6 ounces. So we're expecting that I'm just going to have small babies. And so it's been 2 weeks and I have another appointment tomorrow. And I think we're going to try to redo the 3D just because we couldn't see anything last time. And I'm so curious to see how big she is now. Because I know during the last couple weeks, they really start to pick up the weight. My pregnancy app says that she is 4.5 pounds, I believe is what it said. And usually that app was pretty spot on with her weight. And so she could be like 4.5 pounds now, which is crazy. As far as scheduling the C-section, right now it looks as though February 27th, which is a Tuesday, will be exactly 1 week prior to my due date. And then we're going to plan to schedule the C-section then, unless there's a day that works better for my doctor. For us, it really doesn't matter. I just want it to be convenient to where he will be able to be there, because I have an umbilical hernia that we're going to close during the C-section. And so I really just want to make sure that he's going to be there to help me out with that. And so I think we're going to schedule that. I think he said a week or two prior to the day that we had planned to do it. So a week or two prior to the 27th. So I'm just super thankful that this pregnancy is so much healthier than it was last pregnancy. It is so true when they say that every pregnancy is totally different. I'm just blown away by and very thankful for how good I feel. Even though I am super tired, I feel great. I'm very thankful for that and very blessed for that. And I cannot wait to meet her. I imagine that she's going to look a little bit like her brother, so she might have a head full of dark hair. I can only imagine until she gets here. So that is all I have written down, unless there is just something major I'm forgetting. If you have any questions, leave them below or contact me on one of my social media sites or text me if you have my number, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. But that is all I have. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all my belly. I am sitting in her room right now. It's not all the way done. I just have a couple little details and then it'll be perfect. So let me go ahead and give y'all a good view of my stomach, and then that'll be all for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next one very soon. Bye!